was USAA made for, it's made for him. Now you can trade stocks and ETFs for any amount you choose, instead of buying by the share, all with no commissions. Stocks by the slice from Fidelity. Get your slice today.
Tide Power Pods one up the cleaning power of liquid.
Can it one up whatever they're doing?
For sure.
Seriously?
One up the power of liquid, one up the toughest stains. Any further questions? One up the power of liquid with Tide Power Pods. Beautiful.
Book is relentless, but I was relentless first. Relentless about learning the first song we ever danced to, about teaching him to put others first, about helping her raise her first child. And when I was first diagnosed, my choice was Everyday Verzenio. It's the only one of its kind that can be taken every day. It gives.
By the way, a lot of people don't want to wear masks. There are a lot of people think the masks are not good. And there are a lot of people that, as an example, you have those people. Well, I'll tell you who those people are. Waiters that come over and they serve you without a mask. And I saw it the other day when they were serving me. And they're playing with a mask. I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying what happens. They're playing with a mask, and so the mask is over, and they're touching it, and then they're touching the plate. That can't be good.
James, please give me your reaction to a president who is not just not advocating the wearing of masks in a pandemic with projections that we could save 40 to 60,000 lives. He is sowing doubt about masks in the middle of a pandemic.
This is a president that attacks fallen soldiers. This is a president that has lied, 21,214 times. Yeah, this is a president that denies any responsibility for the greatest public health crisis we had in this country for 100 years. There's very little that he
you got chocolates.
Or surprised me. But what I really thought about tonight was his inability to relate to other human beings. And why would they put him in a situation like that, where, voters don't like when other voters are treated cruelly or rudely. And it's one thing if he wants to treat Speaker Pelosi or Vice President Biden rudely. They're politicians, they're big people. I mean, the first rule you learn in politics is you don't dismiss ordinary people. And that's exactly what he does. And, there's very little that he could say that would surprise me. Very little could say that the doctor had.
Followers, a very, very disturbing, ugly message accusing the Democratic presidential nominee, Joe Biden, of actually being a pedophile. Is that appropriate to give publicity?
Well, I mean, look, I got to get down to the basement and take care of all those children I got there locked up. I mean, you let it go. And Jared Kushner is just like Trump. He knows he's going to the penitentiary. And by the way, I used to represent the jail in Baton Rouge and shit. I used to have a sheriff's office. Jared is not going to do well in jail. I promise. The prospect is not going to be good. And they're just desperate people. They're clinging on to QAnon. They keep clinging on to some of the craziest conspiracy theories that you can imagine. And I don't think they have much other place to go in this. I really don't. And
This break, a new week, and there's now another whistleblower. Only this case is very different from the others. If this allegation is true, the horrifying abuse at an ICE detention facility could rival other historic atrocities. One of our reporters
Want to try it on?
Joins us to talk about it right after.
No.
My drawer there.
Oh. Well,
For those who were born to ride, there's Progressive.
yeah, that one's pretty easy to open because there's holes in the box.
Dramatically reduces redness to help eyes look lighter and brighter for up to 8 hours, so you can show off those baby blues, hazel hues, and beautiful browns. Lumify.
You won't believe your eyes. I'm a performer. Always happy and always will be. Never letting anything get in my way. Not for doubts, distractions, or voice in my head. And certainly not arthritis. Voltaren provides powerful arthritis pain relief to help.
Yep, we have a oscillating sprinkler. One of the last two in the entire city of Hermiston. It took a little searching, but I got it. Because we still have a month of sprinkling, likely.
The moment you sponsor a job on Indeed,
You get a short list of quality
And
candidates.
while those little sprinklers are good for like the small patches, something big like this that covers the backyard really,
I've had
Put it in the middle and just drag it back, huh?
yeah, yeah.
more thoughtfully these days.
Start something great. Match.
Theoretically, my only job today is... Spectrum Mobile is the fastest growing provider out there. They're growing faster than AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. Not to use magic roaming. What? Makes things grow faster. No, they're the fastest growing because thousands of people are switching every day. Because they have the fastest overall speed and it's the most reliable. It's probably magic roaming. It's not. You can save up to 40% on your monthly bill. Magic Promix isn't even a thing. It is. I have it, and you might understand that. Join Spectrum Mobile today. Find out whether the fastest growing provider out there. Taste the pineapple already.
Love is an incredible journey. Enjoy these 14-karat white gold stud earrings.
Yeah, there's just two little pieces of tape holding that top together, so it should pop off pretty easily.
To 50% off.
Allegations out of an ICE detention center in Georgia. A nurse at that facility and lawyers representing clients there.
This is from Deb.
Immigrant women are telling them they are routinely being sent to a gynecologist who performed unnecessary procedures, including hysterectomies, forced sterilizations. The nurse, Dawn Wooten, has filed a complaint with the Department of Homeland Security. Earlier today, Ms. Wooten spoke to our own Jacob Silveroff and a warning. What she has to say here, in addition to this story itself, is disturbing. Statement, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, says the accusations will be fully investigated. That's a quote. They deny detainees are being used for experimental medical procedures, adding, quote, ICE's mission is to protect the homeland and to swiftly and quickly remove people from the country. The health, welfare, and safety of ICE detainees is one of the agency's highest priorities. Any assertion or claim to the contrary is false and intentionally misleading. ICE also said since 2018, 2 individuals from the facility were referred to doctors for hysterectomies. Now,
tell you is that we have spoken to 4 attorneys who say that their clients who were in the Irwin County Detention Center in Georgia were sent to this doctor. His name is Mahindra Amin. That is the doctor that these lawyers each individually identified without us prompting his name. We reached out to him, and I have to say I called the office.